Hi, this is Rachelle with Journal Life's Journey, and I just wanted to pop on and share something that I started working on over the weekend. And it started out as a little experiment and it actually worked. So I want to share with you what I did. So this is a soft cover journal that I am working on. I'm using the new BLOOMS digital kit for this. And the cover is fabric, but it's on a cardstock. I'm still not finished with the cover. I think I'm going to do a few different things with it, but this is what it's looking like. And these panels on the front and the back are fabric, the same fabric that you see here around the edge. I actually printed on this fabric, and I know there are tons of tutorials showing how to do it with a repositionable spray, which I did not have any. So I'm going to show you what I did. I had a piece of cardstock. Okay, so I had the wax paper over it to keep it protected because I can use this again. I don't know how many uses I can get out of it. I've already used it twice, and it's still pretty sticky, so I can use it again. So what I wanted to tell you is that I didn't have any of that repositionable spray or adhesive or anything like that. I did happen to have this repositionable adhesive tape runner. And so what I did was I just ran the tape very close together all over the paper, especially paying close attention to the edges and the corners, making sure that I covered those well. Then got my fabric out. I'm going to measure the length, and it will be a little bit longer than what I need, just to make sure that I actually cover the entire surface of the cardstock. So I'm just going to cut it a little bit there and rip what I need off. Then this goes on to the tape. I think it's easier to lay your fabric out. So let's lay this out. Make sure we get as many of these extra strings off as possible. Flatten it out. This has a fold in it, but I think it's okay. So flatten that out. You can iron it first if you want to, but you pretty much get all of the wrinkles out when you put it on the adhesive cardstock. So I'm just going to lay that on there, line it up as best as I can, press it down, press it down, press it down all the way around. Then I'm going to trim the edges as close to the cardstock as possible. You don't want your edges causing your paper or your fabric to get hung in your printer. My printer that I use for this feeds from the back. So some printers feed from a tray of paper that you put in, and the paper goes up and turns over and comes back out. The printer that I use to do this, you just place your paper in the back and it just slides right on through. So I thought that would be easier for the printer to handle versus going in and turning upside down and coming back out. So I wanted the fabric to have as little movement in the printer as possible. Okay, so I missed a few little spots like this, so I'm going to go back and clean those up. Here's one. So again, you want your edges to be as clean as you can get them. And once you handle it, this will lift again, so you need to rub it back down. And as I was saying, so because my printer, the paper feeds in directly from the back and then it comes out of the front, I have a printer also that has the tray where it feeds in and flips the paper over. But see what happens when it does that flip. I don't trust it. I'm not sure that will work. I've seen where other people have used that type of printer and it works fine. But because I'm using the repositionable tape instead of a spray that I think would probably be a little more adhesive, I don't know. I just thought that I would stick to my simple inexpensive printer to do this. So I'm going to take this to the printer and run it through, print on it, and then I will be back. You saw it coming through the printer. This is how it turned out. So I reduced this down to 92%. You could also use the fit to page option. I did that because I didn't want it to get too close to the edge and cause any problems. Also, the printer that I use, it has about a 1/2 inch margin at the bottom. Always, I don't know why, but that's the way it's made. So that even gave me even more protection on the edge. Again, it is just printed on the fabric, and all I have to do is peel this off of my backing here, and I'm going to put my wax paper on it again in case I want to use it again later. Put it back on the shelf. So it is as easy as that. Now I have another fabric that I can use to make another journal or whatever I choose to do with it. It would make a nice journal, and all I would have to do is maybe cut off some of the excess at the bottom, and it would be ready to go. Now I know this is Inkjet ink, so I think it's a water-based ink, because if this were to get wet, I think all of the ink would run. I know that's what happens when I print on paper, the ink runs, and I think it also depends on the type of printer that you have. I used a very old HP Inkjet or OfficeJet printer, but it still prints pretty well. I think that maybe I would spray some type of sealant on this. I don't know if I would Mod Podge it. I don't know. I haven't tried that. I considered it, but I haven't done it yet. So here is another of the pages that, from the kit that I printed on the fabric. So this one printed a little different because I had a little problem with the printer catching the paper and pulling it through the cardstock. That wasn't because of the fabric, that's just because of the printer. So again, and this is the same print as this. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so that is, if you want to print on fabric, that is how to do it. I think this is just like a cotton muslin type fabric. It's not too heavy, but not really thin either. So I think it was just right. I don't actually know specifically what this fabric is. I'm pretty sure it's a cotton fabric though. It was gifted to me, so I don't know. But that is it on that. And again, I'm probably going to do time-lapse videos showing how I'm working on this journal. But I wanted to show you how I actually did the fabric. And I've already started pulling items, and this is the ephemera, and put the pages in. So I'm going to show you the pages real quick, and then I think any future videos, unless it's something specific that I would like to show you how to do, any future videos will be time-lapse, so you can see as I'm working on the journal. But these are the pages. And I kind of mixed in coffee stained with pages from the kit. And then this is the center of the signature, and then everything repeats. So I may add a few more pages in here. I kind of envision this being really stuffed. So we'll see how it goes. And then I just have a basic closure here with some trim or a ribbon that I found somewhere on clearance. And again, just pulled out pieces that I will probably use in the journal as I go. This is also printed. Let me see. I need a piece of paper. Here we go. This is printed on projection film. It is the type that will work with an inkjet printer. I was printing this for another project, and it was not the right size, so I'm going to try and use it somehow with this, since it does use the BLOOMS papers, and I'll probably just cut off the Faith journal. But just keep in mind, when you get the kits, here's another page from the kit. When you get the kits, you're not limited to just printing on paper and cardstock. You could do the acetate or projection film. You could do vellum, tracing paper, whatever you can safely feed through your printer. You can print these digital kits on. So just keep that in mind. But that is, let's put these under here so we don't have a glare. But that's it. That's everything I wanted to show you. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the little gray bell so that you'll receive notification each time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll holler at y'all next time. Bye.